Hi, folks. Welcome to this week's episode of Two Idiots Talking About Art. My name is Nato. Of course, we have Rodney. We just shot an episode interviewing Monica Ikegwu, a classic traditionalist artist or fine artist currently located in New York. Had a great chance getting to know her and talk about a lot of her artworks, a little bit about her accomplishment up so far. Back in 2015, won an award and an AXO bronze medal winner. The following year, AXO gold medal winner. Also the same year, Young Arts merit winner. 2016, Scholastic silver medal portfolio winner. 2017, Young Arts finalist. 2018, XL Caitlin Art Prize first place winner. Oh, damn. 2020, Elizabeth Green Shields Foundation's grant recipient. Same year, Bethesda Painting Awards Young Artist Award winner. And also, on the same year, Portrait Society of America Future Generation Competition honorable mention. Truly amazing accomplishments thus far. And yeah.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, she's got a long career ahead of her, right? So, like, she's incredible.
Mm-hmm. It was truly mind-blowing that we actually got a chance to talk to someone as amazing as hers.
Yeah.
Also, if you happen to be in Venice, if you're from Venice, or if you're planning on going to Venice, there is a show currently going on, I believe up till November, at the Venice Biennale, Afro, Futurist, Manifesto, Blackness, Reimagined. That's supposed to be a really good exhibition, so if you happen to be there, please do check it out. Well, without further ado, shall we get into the actual piece?
We shall.
All right, well, folks, hope you enjoy.
Enjoy.
Thanks, everybody, for joining us. We are very fortunate to have Monica Ikegwu with us to talk about her art and give us some insight to her process, and we are super excited. She is a portrait artist. You're based in Baltimore, is that right?
Yes,
Baltimore. Okay, so all the way over on the East Coast. What's your background in art? How did you get started?
So, everyone has like the traditional, starts like drawing on the walls, tracing images, cartoons, stuff like that. So I've been drawing since I was in elementary school, and then like my parents noticed, and then I went to like an art-based like middle school and then an art-based high school, and then it was supposed to stop there, and I was supposed to go to like medical school to be like a pediatrician.
Okay.
But then my dad called me from he was out of the country, and he was like, "Did you apply to that one art school?" And I was like, "No, I'm not gonna do that. Let me stick to the medical schools." And he was like, "Apply," and I was like, "Okay." So then I applied to one art school, and then they were the school that gave me the most money. So then I ended up going there, and then that's how it kind of went out from there.
Oh, right on. What school did you go to?
MICA, have you heard of it? Maryland Institute College of Art.
Oh yeah, I've heard of that one. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Nice. Right on. So did you just, were you instantly like drawn to doing portraits or figures, or did you kind of explore other things and then kind of find your way there naturally, or how'd that go?
I want to say I've been naturally drawn to the faces because, at school they give you assignments. They'd be like, do a full figure, and I would just chop it off at the shoulder.
Yeah,
but they can't give you like a bad grade because it looked good. So I was like, okay, you can slide. Yeah.
Yeah. That I did that on occasion where we want you to get the entire piece in there, and it's like, I just want to focus on the face, or at least like halfway up. I don't want to do all the legs and stuff.
Yeah, I would always chop off the lower part of the body. I always liked the faces. Yeah.
Wait, was that based off so I didn't go to art school as a high school or middle school. Wait, was that like a figure, actual figure model that you had in class, or like a picture you guys were assigned to? I never heard of that before, because we never had that kind of experience. That's amazing.
Yeah, my high school was really art based. It was Carver Center. It's located in Towson.
Okay.
But like they actually have like live models come into the school and like do like model for
Oh man.
Yeah, like
that
live
awesome.
models for high school students. Yeah, it's crazy.
Oh my God. I'm lucky I got out of my high school with passing.
At our art class, was like, yeah, draw whatever you want. I don't care. Like they just kind of free roamed us out there on the ranch, and we're like, okay, well, we'll do this for now. And well, that's amazing. Wait, nude or clothed figure drawing?
Nude.
Really?
Nude.
Wow.
Yeah.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Well, I guess
That's
as
cool.
an art school, that makes perfect sense. But damn, yeah, I still.
I know in high school it's not that common, but it was like a really technical art high school.
Yeah, that was amazing. Wait, so if that was the case, was it like your family plan to have you go to medical school or be a pediatrician, or was that part of your more choice or dream that you wanted to be one?
I mean, I kept saying it a lot when I was younger, and then my mom she like held me to it. She's like, "You're gonna be a putitrician, right?" Mm-hmm. Because she's a nurse, so she was like, "You're gonna be a putitrician, right?"
Oh yeah,
you're gonna be a putitrician, right?
Yeah.
And I was like, sure, let's do that. So I applied to like 4 like medical schools and then the 1 art school. But yeah.
Odds were against you, but yeah, you came through. That's
crazy. Yes.
No kidding.
So why don't you tell us a little bit about your work now, and how long have you been out of school and working professionally?
Okay, I'm still in school right now.
Nice.
You're getting your master's. You're getting your master's right now, right?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, right on. Yeah, I'm in the same boat with you, so I'm doing it.
I actually have class tonight. Yep.
Awesome.
Well, thank you for taking your time.
Yeah, I appreciate that.
Yeah. Come entertain us. Jeez. Now I feel bad.
No. I got like time for this. Yeah, I got time.
Good to hear. I think it was like 2 years in masters right now, or something like that.
Yeah. This is my 2nd year. The first year I did it completely online because of the COVID nonsense.
Right.
But,
of course.
But yeah, I jumped into grad school directly out of undergrad.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
So, well, like I was saying, are you working on your thesis now? Like, do you have a goal in mind with that, or is that set? Or are you still developing it?
Okay, so basically my thesis is done, but it's kind of like doubling because I am working with galleries. So I have a show upcoming. So I'm using my thesis work for that show that's upcoming.
Awesome.
So,
I saw that you're pretty busy, yeah.
Yeah. So we're going to kill like 1 bird with like 2 stones with that.
Yeah. Where's your show at?
It'll be in Baltimore. Yeah.
Oh, nice.
Around September though. So I still got time.
Or are you able to tell us the gallery too, or is it?
Yeah. So the gallery in Baltimore is called Gallery Mertiz. I don't know if you've heard of it.
I don't know if I've heard of that one, but I'll look it up.
I don't know anything about Maryland, so unfortunately. So right off high school, you went to your art school in Maryland, and then in New York now. So roughly college years, 6 years or so? Yeah. I'm looking at your exhibition list and everything here right now, but you have a really impressive, busy schedule going on for the last 6 years. It's crazy. Do you want to kind of describe, in your own words, your style artworks, like to the audience? Like, how would you describe your work?
So I'm primarily working with like Black portraiture. And it's kind of evolved since like undergrad to now, but it's basically, I'm getting people like of all different colors, personalities to model for me. And like, we set up a photo shoot and essentially I let them do whatever they want. They can choose their own clothing, their own hairstyle, their own poses. They can bring props in if they want to. They can choose to model with their own friends. But essentially they get to control whatever happens. And all I'm doing is just snapping the pictures. Okay. So, but yeah, it's basically allowing them to like shape their own identity instead of relying on me to do it for them. Because usually some artists would like take people to model their own ideas, but I'm letting them do whatever they want. And then from the pictures that I take, I would then like customize the rest of the piece for them to give them their own custom image that's based off of what their personality is and what their external appearances says about them. But yeah.
Nice. Okay. Yeah, I was looking at a lot of your pieces in more like chronological order, and I feel like around 2019, 2020, there's a specific, I wouldn't call it as hard as a shift per se, but you kind of nailed into a specific style that you had, which if I could kind of describe it as fine art or portrait art that's kind of in the middle of illustration and fine art, especially with your bold outline that you do with the skin tone, which I love. It just brings out so much of the a person out there, and you have a very not exaggerated but vivid way of the tonal use with colors that just emphasize so much on a person. Was there a certain inspiration that you had going into that specific style, or did it just kind of naturally shift into it?
People like they tell me it looks like digitally made. I get people like they'll like message me like, oh, what application did you use? Is this Photoshop? Is this Procreate? I'm like, no, it's a paintbrush, my dude. But it kind of like that's just the way I work. Like I didn't like work to have it look that way. It's just the way that I kind of developed it, and I kind of like work cleanly. So like the outlines help me like get crisp lines. So it's kind of developed out of the style that I liked working.
It's so really interesting for me because our 2 interviews ago we were talking with a what's that pastel artist. He was talking about fluidity of like the borders kind of like meshing with the background, kind of like being very loose, and in such a 180 situation here with your work, which is just so knit tight.
I know, separates completely. Yeah,
it's such a completely bipolar view for art, and they both work so good. And oh man, I'm just commenting. I don't have a question. I'm just saying how amazing it is.
We just love it. Yeah,
I'm just eyeing on this thing. This part of the you do a lot of background designs as it seems like you're working with stitching or like clothes work, studying some kind of a design work at one point, right? Sorry, I can't remember what it was specifically, but what are you doing? Like draped sheets in the background? Is that something that you have a story to tell with that piece, or is it just kind of something to break the background? Sorry.
So it's kind of like the way that people dress themselves with fabric. I was trying to think of like how I can like dress the background space with fabric as well, because I didn't want to put them in an actual physical space. So I wanted to create a space for them. So I would try to get fabric that kind of mimic the clothing that they were already wearing, and I put that in the background and use it kind of as like a design element to kind of like move with the figure and kind of like, I don't know, mix with geometry, flat shapes, color. I don't know. Just a compositional element.
I thought it was kind of, like you were saying, and I think I read in one of the articles that you're trying to focus on like the common folks to kind of give them the spotlight. And it kind of shows the, I thought it was a symbolism of, the normal people out there, like sheets, everybody has one, and it's just kind of something there. And also the way that breaks up the space is just beautiful.
Yeah, it works really well. It's kind of like it's an abstracted quality, but it's very recognizable too at the same time, where you understand what's going on, but it's just distorting enough to kind of pull yourself back into the figure and give so much of that the attention to the portrait. So
like I want it there, but I don't want it to be too distracting.
Yeah,
so it doesn't
not
like overwhelm
overpowering.
the figure.
No.
It's a really wonderful balance that you pull off with that.
Did you study a lot of design stuff? Like on your earlier stuff, you had more, I don't know what those are called, like the wallpaper prints.
Yeah, those were like, I like took like plastic and I would like cut out shapes and I would like hand stencil them onto the painting. Like every single one of them were like hand stenciled.
Oh, that's awesome.
Nice.
But like I did take a little like a graphic designish class in high school, so I guess that's kind of where that aspect comes from. But other than that, no. People have asked me if I study illustration. I have not.
That's crazy, actually.
Yeah, it really does seem like you
have
a little background in that. Because of the way that you paint too really gives off that vibe. What are your influences? Like what really inspires your work or your process too? Like how you paint and what you paint?
I mean, in terms of subject matter, because it's not about myself, it's more so about other people. I'm kind of inspired by the people that I see, like, because like I'm trying to get like a variety of people. So I want like loud people who are like go out there, and then you get some people that are more reserved that don't like move out a lot. I don't know. I'm just inspired by the people that I see around me. So some of them are people that I know. Some of them are strangers. Some of them are like volunteers that will like DM me on Instagram, like, oh, can I join this? And I was like, sure.
Awesome.
But yeah, just inspired by people in general.
Because you initially started a lot of the subject as using your siblings as your subject, right? and then slowly kind of expanded from there.
Yeah.
Do you still go back and paint your siblings or family members?
Yeah, I painted them recently. Yeah.
Oh, did you?
They're just always there, so easy models to pick from.
Yeah. They're like, hey, what are you doing? Sit over there. Watch TV or something.
Yeah. Yeah, that's like my poor wife is too. She's always the model. It's her or me generally, and I'll kind of sometimes wrangle nato to get to be a model as well. But yeah.
It's always funny because I always thought it would be a harder steps to getting, asking somebody to actually model for you. But all you got to do is just turn on TV or like we'll put on a video game or something. Here you go. Here's your next 3 hours for me. And they're like, okay.
Yeah.
No, but they actually like it though.
They do. Yeah.
They like it.
Do.
So they're like, oh, okay, sure.
Actually, Rodney and I used to do during the pandemic a little, it was like Tuesday workshop through Zoom. And we'll randomly have a friend or somebody sit in for us, and it's always just the funniest thing. We're like, okay, well, just watch TV or whatever show you want to, and just focus on that. Just try to not like drift away if you can. And I had one of my friends, Cindy, who was playing Tetris or something on the screen, and you could just see her eye just slowly glaze over, and her face just slowly melts away. I'm like, hey, Cindy. I don't know. Anyways, all right, Roddy-san, your turn. Now that I made an ass of myself.
Wait, I think, am I froze on your end?
You sure are.
Oh, well, shoot. Well, so what is, how many shows do you have lined up going right now? Or that you're working on? Or is it just the one in the gallery in Baltimore? Or is it, do you have a few more coming up?
So right now I have 3 down in Venice for the Venice Biennale. So, nice. And then that'll be up till November. And then I have the one that's in Baltimore in September. And then I have some that are kind of lined up right now, but are still in the works. So I can't say anything because it's not finalized. But more should be coming. Yeah.
Right on.
I have a question for you, Monica. So I try not to listen to, podcasts that's related to the people that I'm about to interview. I just happened to kind of land on one of your things. I'm just going to give a quick listen. And you mentioned that you don't like sketching. Is that true?
Okay.
I had to ask. I heard that. I was like, oh, no, I kind of want to ask that in person. So I stopped. So I have no idea how that went there. So I kind of wanted to hear from your own words.
So in high school, they have really had us hone in on the sketchbook stuff. Like we have to do like 40 of them and then submit them like every quarter. But I personally, I don't like sketchbooks.
Like, what, like you mean as like you just don't like to, you just prefer to do a finished piece instead of like a little quick sketch? Is that what you meant? Or like? Yeah,
like I don't like sketch out my ideas beforehand. I'll just kind of like hop into like, I'll take the picture and then I'll like do the actual start doing the painting. And if I have any problems, then I'll work it out on the painting rather than figuring out beforehand and like plotting out all the details.
Wow.
Kind of thing. Yeah.
So no like pre-composition or anything like that. That's all done straight onto the canvas. Like,
yep.
Because you still do like a little bit of underlining drawing, right? Or this pre-sketch onto the canvas.
Yeah, I sketch on the canvas. I don't do a sketch beforehand. I think for me, it's just like wasted time. Let me just like do it. Let me jump right into it.
Wait, you're telling me you never take a sketchbook when you're traveling just for fun?
No.
What? That's crazy.
No.
The funny thing is,
I don't do sketchbooks at all.
Like 70% of the time when I travel, I'll never use my sketchbook. But even with that statistics, I'll still take my sketchbook because somewhere in the back of my head is like,
you never know.
Fun days,
yeah.
You want to be productive.
That's the way I do too. Like I feel like it's like 90% of the time I don't even look at it, but I've got it just in case. But do you take any kind of do you take any kind of setup with you when you travel, like a little small painting setup or anything, or do you just kind of leave it till you get back from wherever?
I kind of just leave as oil paint because I don't know how would I bring that with me with the Gamsol and stuff like that.
That is true.
Maybe I just don't have a correct way of traveling with it, but I usually just leave it at home. Yeah.
I generally will just end up buying like a small bottle of Gamsol when I go if I fly anywhere. That way I don't have to like pack it up or because you can't. They'll search and take it out. But
you can bring Gamsol on the plane.
No, you can't. You can't take it on the plane.
Okay.
You can take all of your oil paints. Yeah, they'll search through if you put it in there, and they'll take it right out if you pack Gamsol. So but yeah, oil paints and all that. That's fine.
Well, if you just carry it as a carry-on and put it in a mini shampoo bottle, I'm sure they'll really know the whys.
Yeah, that's not
There we go.
suspicious at all.
I mean, if you could pour Jack Daniels into those things and carry it on, then I don't see why not. But you know what? The alternative method of carrying on, oil paint stuff to your destination would be digital art. What's your opinion on that? I know we kind of mentioned about it earlier.
Digital art.
Like say iPad or something like that,
Yeah.
something small that you carry on, because essentially you could kind of mimic what you do on a canvas, a completely different feel. I get it, but it is kind of like I know plenty of artists that, despite not liking digital art, they kind of like the convenience of just carrying around, just be able to actually paint on the spot. Yeah. What's your opinion on that?
Like in terms of like digital painting.
Correct. Yeah.
I did a little bit in high school. I don't do any of it right now. I do use Photoshop and like some apps on my phone in order to like I don't sketch, but I can like do like compositional like pairings with photos, and I do that with the apps on my phone. Like I'll take like the picture of the person and like I'll take like a picture that I want for the background. I'll like composite it together instead of like sketching it out. I'll do like digital imaging for that. Yeah.
Oh yeah. I occasionally will do that too, and in place of a sketch where it's like, it just, I don't know if sketching it out feels right, but if I've got Photoshop here, I can really map it out and then have it ready to go with the color I want. And
exactly. Plus the color altering is so easy too.
Yeah.
Can I be 100% honest?
Yeah.
Monica, you just said something that stuck a dagger in my heart. When you mentioned that, I did a little bit of digital art back in high school. It made me feel so old. Like, what? Digital art in high school. We barely got a CD-ROM installed in our computers. So
you saw the floppy disk.
Yeah, CD-ROMs are these things we used to carry data back in the days.
Oh wow! See, now I feel really young.
No, don't be.
That's a good thing, though.
Yeah.
It is a great thing. Cherish that.
Well, aside from possibly working in a little digital, do you do any other mediums? You mess around with like gouache or watercolor or even charcoal or anything like that, or do you stick mainly with oil?
Okay, so oil is the main one, but since I'm in school, I'm still working with stuff. Like last semester, I took a watercolor class. I figured out that I'm actually really good with watercolor. I didn't know that.
Oh, nice. Are you going to post any of that? I would love to see that.
Maybe. We'll see.
Yes, please do. I would love to see how that turned out.
And then I also took a sculpture class. I figured I'm kind of good with that. I want to work more with that. It was a portrait sculpting class. So the fact I want to see how like the painting can like translate into 3D. So I might work more with that.
It's so addicting, isn't it?
I love it.
It's the field and everything about it, and it's just like painting too. But when it's not working, it's so frustrating. Like, why can't I just get that simplest curve? But once you kind of nail it down, it's
very satisfying.
Feeling accomplished.
I know.
It's very satisfying.
It's definitely a cathartic process too. I can easily get lost more in sculpture than I can with painting sometimes, because I'm always trying to think ahead with painting, and in sculpting I can just I'm using my hands so much that it like it just kind of, you get lost in it.
Also, if you really don't like it, it's the only medium that you could kind of punch it down.
You can
without feeling too bad about it.
You can take a little anger out on it.
Very cathartic
if need be.
Actually, following that, like similar question to what Rodney just said. Is there any particular medium, if you could choose, just jump right into, that you would like to partake in? It doesn't have to necessarily be in like your common mediums. Like we kind of asked this question to each other before. Rodney said welding. Ooh. I think I said glass works, something like that, right?
Yeah.
Like, can you think of anything that you want to kind of dip your fingers into? Dip your hand into.
Okay, so with the sculpture, I did I hollowed it out and I did fire it, but I want to learn how to do like casting, turning it like with bronze, that type of stuff. Bronze casting. I want to try that.
That would be fun.
That's another one that I wanted to do. I've been able to work with bronze, but I've not been able to do the actual casting process, which is pretty intense, but it looks really fascinating.
Hey, when'd you work with bronze?
I made these tiny little sculptures back in
Was the Academy?
At the Academy.
Really? No, I didn't realize they had a class for that.
It was just a general sculpture class. We sculpted it out of wax, and then they fired it, or they cast it for us, and then we just got to work with it after the fact. So we didn't get to do any of the like really fun stuff, but we weren't at that level. But yeah, still, it was neat.
Kind of jealous.
I'm so sorry.
That's all right. All right.
So I have a quick question. Who are some of your favorite artists right now that you follow or find inspiration from?
So I'm not really big on the old masters. I kind of like more contemporary artists that are like working now.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I mean, Barkley Hendricks is kind of like 1970s, but like if you see his work, you'll kind of like see the resemblance. But I do love his work.
Yeah.
Kehinde Wiley, he's a big one. You know, Amy Sherald, Carrie James Marshall.
Mm-hmm.
And I just discovered Jennifer Packer, and I just saw her work. It was at the Whitney. Her show just closed down though, but her stuff is good too. She's big on color, and I just love her stuff.
Jennifer Packer.
What's her name? Jennifer Packard.
Jennifer Packer, Packer.
Nope, that's a different Jennifer Packer.
But yeah, I just discovered her stuff.
That's awesome. I'm looking forward to looking her up. Have you been able to connect with any of them or like share any of your work with those people?
I've met Amy Sherald before.
Yeah,
I love Amy. Yeah, she's nice. She's amazing. Yeah, I've met Amy Sherald. That was the only one. Yeah,
that's the only one.
Mm-hmm.
Is that there?
It's funny as you get going and you get to meet some of these people a little bit more too. I think there's a level of like you're still kind of a dorky fan in ways, where you're like, oh, it's really nice to meet you. But yeah, no, it's cool though to be able to come up and be more of their contemporaries. So you can connect with them and then grow in your own skill and learn all that stuff. So.
Can I ask a bit of political question?
Ooh, okay.
All right, I'm going to pull us down to the dark side of this interview. Not really. So primarily with your subjects, you choose to portray more African Americans or people of color. Was there any impact that in the last 4 years, mainly during the pandemic, when there was a lot of like civil rights movement happening from Black Lives Matter and all that stuff? Was there any impact from those to your work? Anything that you could think of?
I mean, right now, I do think mainly because of what happened in like the 2020, that there is a more focus on work by African Americans, more so of the figurative work. So I think more attention is being drawn into the field, and I happen to be in that field. So I do think that more attention is being directed towards my way, not because of like myself particularly, but because of the themes that I'm working with.
Right. Yeah, it's not like it necessarily honed your work. You were already doing that to begin with. So did you get a lot more attention during that time? Like,
yeah, like on Instagram particularly, I got like tons of followers that just kind of like burst through at that moment. So lots of people were like following me. Yeah. Kind
of a weird feeling, huh? I must admit. Like,
yeah,
Rodney and I did something similar to we were doing like police brutality portrait sessions every now and then. And there's a part of me that we were just doing for the fun and kind of like show our praise for it too. But there was that other side of like, well, I'm not doing this to get the recognition for it or like a praise from people. Like there's a part that felt like I was selling out, but I don't know how to describe that. I don't know. I feel like as an artist, you're always trying to feed your work to the audience while maintaining the purpose that you initially started with, as in like you try to cater for those the audience, right? And how much of that are you actually? I just got really deep into the cycle in my head that didn't make any sense. Let me pull that back a little bit.
Are you saying like you're trying not to do it?
Yeah, Raisa, please translate for me, please.
Are you saying you're like you like the intent of it is like your what you're creating is has this like intention directed towards the subject matter, but you're trying not to keep it to where you're gaining too much from it, but you're just focusing on that. Is that?
There you go.
Essentially, yeah. Okay.
Yes, that's what. Any thoughts on that? Sorry, that was
so like it's kind of like you're trying to like bring positivity to like the actual cause, but you're not trying to like jump on it because it's like a trend type thing.
Yes, there you go.
Yeah,
not make it a self like where you're getting a lot of gain out of it, like your followers, commissions, whatever, anything like that.
And it's interesting for you, I think, because like you mentioned earlier, you were already working on that line of work before any of the spotlight hit the specific scene. And I don't know if there was any like backlash that came from that or not, because I know for certain that there are people out there that would judge people based on their work, regardless of what their intents were as an artist, right? Anything like that on your end?
I wouldn't say more backlash. It was more so the opposite. Okay. Like people were like really admiring of it. They really appreciated like the visibility of having Black people shown in that light. So
that's good.
Yeah, and it was like since more eyes, you get more comments. So it was that more. So it wasn't. I wouldn't say it was, people bashed me. I don't know. Maybe because I'm Black, because I'm already paying people that are already Black. It doesn't really, it's nothing about it. But no, I don't. No negativity, not really. Okay. More so positive. Yeah.
Internet is such a dark place that
it can be.
I just never know.
Yeah, it can bring out the worst in people for sure.
Mm-hmm. Speaking of which, in sense of like social media placement, what is your opinion as far as artists placing works in social media, or how that kind of helps an artist? That's kind of the subject I like to ask everybody. The digital trends of the art scene for mainly traditionalist artists such as yourself. Like, how's that cross? Like, is it helpful to all the social media blowouts for art scenes? Like, do you think it's a good thing, or?
I would say so. When sometimes I talk to like younger artists, like high school kids, and I always say like if you can get on Instagram, I would advise you to at a younger age. Because it does help you reach your audience and more people can find you, because without Instagram, then you're mainly just kind of restricted to, I guess, like word of mouth or just maybe your website. But Instagram, people are always on it. It's easily like to share your images. People can find you. Like if someone meets you, like the first thing they say is, "Oh, what's your Instagram?" And if you don't have one, you can't really share that. So I do think it's important to have one just as a way of like putting yourself out there and people can find you. But then again, with like the technology age, I think the artist can't only be an artist. Like you can't just paint and then that's it. You kind of have to like do Instagram, and you have to be a videographer, like, and you have to be a photographer too, and then you have to be a little sales manager and marketing. But
I didn't sign up for that, and I
exactly.
Learn all of that the hard way. I wish they would like offer that kind of stuff more. I mean, but it's so rapidly growing and changing with social media. I mean, it's just you learn one thing and then you have to immediately learn another and unlearn the other. So it's hard to keep up with sometimes.
I know.
I think that's the right way to go about it. Like despite how much we despise the moving technology, especially for folks of our age, that we have to constantly keep learning and learning and learning.
Are you saying us, like you and me?
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
Please, Monica is very much young and like full of future.
Like, yeah.
She's got such a bright future ahead of her. Like, no, I'm not talking about Monica. I'm talking about you and I, of course.
I feel like I still have some future left.
Yeah, a glimpse of it.
Yeah,
I'm not making fun of you. I'm talking trash about myself. But anyways, I do agree that, as an artist, you kind of have to keep up with the trend. At least try to get a grasp on it, right? So, what's your opinion on NFTs?
Oh,
yeah.
Oh, you brought it up.
Yeah, okay, we just did an episode on it.
Okay, so I've heard of NFTs. I can't say I'm well versed on them, but I know personally, as being a portrait painter with an actual object, I don't want to participate in it. I don't know. I personally wouldn't want to. I don't know. I just feel like art should be experienced. If it's a physical object, it should be experienced in person.
Right.
I don't know if it's like, I'm not sure about how it works. Are you taking an image of the work and like you're minting it as an NFT and then someone buys it?
Basically,
sure.
in a way, yeah.
So it's funny.
I honestly think no one really knows how they work.
Okay, then I'm on that. I'm on that train. Okay.
Yeah, you're in good company with all of this. Yeah,
we did
so
our
confusing.
Yeah, we did our research for the episode I was talking about, and even after that, I still don't know.
I think I know less now.
Okay.
I'm even more confused by what's going on. Yeah.
The fact that I can't understand it, I don't want to get into it.
Yeah, no, not at all. It's definitely something I'm not going to dabble in. I like the feel of, painting something and then going, here, that's for you.
Yeah, there you go. You can have it. It's a physical object. Take
I'm
it.
in this. Yeah.
Has anybody like came up to you telling you like, why don't you get into the NFT business? You could make.
I have several DMs of people like, you want to join our NFT team, and we would love to see your stuff mentioned as an NFT Ghost. Someone's like, can I buy your first NFT? You're like, I'm sorry, no.
You're like, what?
No.
Here's a painting or here's a print. I don't know if you do prints, but these are available. Yeah, it's weird.
Yes.
No. Okay. So no on NFT for Monica. No, good to know.
Yeah. You brought up I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, go ahead.
What were you gonna say?
I was just gonna say I'm on the fence, so it's good to know where people stand because I gotta figure it out.
Yeah. I love seeing where everybody is on that too because it's just again one of those brand new things, and it feels like most of the people we talk to are like, NFU? What? I don't know. Yeah. So, Nato brought up a good thing there about prints. Do you sell your work strictly through galleries, or do you do prints? Do you sell it online, or
right now it's kind of strictly through galleries right now. Yeah.
That is, I think Nato and I are the exact opposite. We've just been doing straight through either like word of mouth or through Instagram. Most of my stuff just ends up coming through Instagram when I can actually create stuff and I'm not working on MFA things.
I understand. Yep.
Yeah.
I can't do gallery because I could never make the deadline.
Oh yeah, the deadlines. My gosh. Yeah.
Jesus. I think I'll have a heart attack like after talking to on a workshop with David Kassan, a portrait artist, and he was telling me about his back in the day gallery work schedule and whatnot. And how many large scale paintings in the like a year or so? Oh no, like no. I can barely
you should
get
see
through.
my calendar. It's insane. Yeah.
Yeah, no.
Imagine.
It's not for me, unfortunately.
Do you think you'll continue that path, or do you? Oh, let me rephrase this. How do you feel about like gallery sales versus personal sales? Like, do you think you'll continue with gallery sales, or you might blend the two, or go move over to personal sales? It's a lot of questions.
Right now, I think I'm really comfortable working with them because I've been with them for some years. I think I'll continue with them. Yeah. And I think it kind of makes it easier because they kind of do take the load off of the whole business side of things too.
Yes.
So yeah.
That's the one difference. It's like, well, if you sell it yourself, you get to keep, have that 50% cut or whatever the percentage would be. But I mean, then you have to do all the stuff we talked about earlier where you're on Instagram more and you're plugging this and plugging that and
more
doing all your TikToks.
Yeah.
So it's usually, I feel like that's worth the payment a lot of times.
Sometimes it is,
Do you teach or are you, I know you're in school right now, but when you are not busy with school, do you do personal lessons or do you teach anywhere?
I do not.
You think you'll do it ever?
Me. Okay, so I know how to paint, but like, it's different trying to figure out ways to explain how I paint. Yeah. So working on that, I don't know if I'll be able to teach yet because I know what to do, but the terminology to bring that up is kind of harder to do it. Yeah.
I am 100% with you on that.
There we go.
I tried teaching a couple of friends a couple of friends and just cannot explain the method properly. Like in my mind, it's like, no, it's just this, and there you go.
Exactly. For me, it's like look at the image and then copy and paste it, but I cannot explain to you what I'm doing.
No, it's not in my bones, unfortunately.
Is it or just like while you're working, just like speak aloud to yourself, then you really become
because
half the time like a crazy artist because you're talking to yourself like, and now I make a paintbrush.
Oh my god. Well, I mean, half the time I don't think I fully comprehend what is going on. It's just kind of like in this weird trance zone that it just kind of, my hand just works on its own, and then at the end of the day, there's a good piece or a bad piece. That's that's how that makes sense. So, wait, so did you say you don't want to teach? That's what he said. Yeah.
I mean, I could. I just don't know if it'll work out well.
Well, just keep painting. Just as long as you're able to like just paint and paint and paint. Just do that. And then if you feel like, you know what, I want to, or somebody just proposes that to you, just explore it. Yeah, because I feel like if you've got that opportunity to just paint and work and live the dream, go for it. Just do that.
Got it.
Actually, maybe not teaching, but it'll even be pretty fun to just kind of watch your entire process, like a video.
Like just record the whole thing from beginning to end.
Yeah, if you did that, I would love to watch that to see. Like,
see, I've been told I'm a fast painter, so like people are interested in seeing it. Yeah.
Even better, that would make a shorter video, so it would, that would draw people in.
For those who said that's such a gimmicky thing to do, because a lot of artists does, but screw them. It's fun. It's really cool.
As far as doing the videos?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know. Actually, I said that like I know that people say things like that. I have no idea. I just imagine there's people saying like, "Oh, screw that guy. He's a one-trick pony with the fast-paced. This is how I do it videos." Because there's a lot of that out there. But regardless, it's fun to watch, and I would love to see yours, Monica.
Yes.
One of these days.
I know. I need to time lapse it, but yeah, it's kind of weird because I feel like I paint differently if I have a camera over my shoulder. Yeah.
It's gonna just distract you. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, I know.
It's like having that audience
when people are watching me.
Yeah. Just keep in mind, like, I can delete that. I can if I don't like it. If it makes sense.
True.
Yeah. I think it was kind of stressful the first few times I did it because I was like, okay, I've got to do absolutely perfect. And I even would practice before doing the one portrait and do the same thing on camera and be so nervous through the whole thing. Like, I can't mess up. I've got to make it look clean all the way through so they can see what the process is. Now I don't even care. Like, last night I set one up and I was just like, oh, I think I'll do that. And I put it up and just recorded it. And it turned out okay. So, yeah.
I mean, I think recording the mistakes is also helpful for people.
Oh yeah,
people have said that to me. Like, it's cool to see how you move that around, or how you corrected that one spot that looked off. And so, yeah, it's helpful. I think it shows that not everything is set in stone as well. So,
yeah.
So, do you think you'll stay in Maryland for a while, or do you think you'll move around? Do you have other prospects?
I think I will stay in Baltimore. I don't know. I haven't traveled around a lot to like see other areas. Yeah. But I think I'll stay in Baltimore for a while. I'm kind of comfortable there. I've been there for a long time. So yeah. I think I'll stay there.
Your hometown?
Heck yeah. Yeah.
Awesome. Right on.
If I were to visit Baltimore, where should I go?
See, I can't even help you with that. I don't even get out alive, but I would say go to the Inner Harbor. Visit that.
Sorry.
Yeah.
I basically travel to eat. So where should I go eat? I guess that's
eat. I don't even go out to eat a lot either. Oh. I eat like McDonald's and like Chipotle. So if you want to like go up the street,
just tell us, the best Chipotle to go
to. I love fast food. That's pretty much
exactly.
I'm actually planning on eating Taco Bell this evening. So
there we go. I had like Chipotle like yesterday.
Yeah. Again, whoever talks crap about fast food,
yeah.
Let's see. Oh, by the way, I didn't even notice this. You had a show in Venice, huh?
Yeah, it's on right now.
It's going right now. Congratulations. Yeah. That's amazing.
Thank you.
Yeah. Oh. You didn't have to go there, did you?
I could have. Because of school, I decided, let me just stay here real quick. Yeah.
Oh, that'd have been a nice little trip.
I mean, it's up to November. I still got time.
What other places around the country have you shown?
I had because my other gallery is also in California. I've shown in California like about maybe 3-4 times. And then so I went to California. But yeah, I don't really go out. I've only been between New York, Baltimore, and then California. I've shown in other places, but like my work has gone there. I physically have not gone to those places.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Also.
Yeah. My paintings did go to a show in Sweden, but that was like at the beginning of the pandemic, so I don't think nobody went up there. Yeah, the works were all there, but nobody went there in person.
How do you think COVID affected your work?
Okay, because of COVID, I stopped going to school in person, so I stayed home most of the time. I would say in 2020, I did make a whole bunch of work, so that was good. But it was kind of hard because nobody wanted to model because they were like 6 feet away.
Yeah.
But I did get some people, so it didn't impact it too much. But it did give me a lot of time to work and create. I think some of my best work was from 2020.
Nice.
Yeah.
It does show.
That's awesome.
So Monica, this is as you can already tell, I'm a weird guy, so I'm going to be asking a really weird question. And you being our first female interviewee, don't take offense in any way.
Got it.
That's just a disclaimer. And answer it however you would like to. If you were to choose between these two or three, which would it be? Boxers or short? What is it? Boxers or what?
Or briefs?
Briefs or boxers?
Oh my god, nothing.
Okay. Okay. I guess I go with briefs.
Oh.
Boxer. Wait. There's a in between boxers and briefs, aren't there?
Boxer briefs.
Yeah, boxer briefs. Those. Can we choose those?
Yes, you can.
There we go.
That's the secret third option.
Yeah.
Okay, there we go.
Wow, it's always boxer briefs. Crazy. Sorry. Yep, that's it. No.
Okay. Well, we weren't able to get it from our last interview, but we like to ask for you to come up with a question for our next interviewee. So whatever you can think, it can be anything. It could be about art. It could be about life. It could be about anything.
Wait, did somebody ask you that question, the one you just gave me?
Yeah. No, we asked. We were supposed to get it from our last guy, so I'm gonna make up one in a minute. But I want to prompt you to see if you've got one that we can give to our next interviewee, which is Ariana Camps.
Oh, okay. Let me see what question I can give. I guess I would say, I'm sorry, I'm thinking. I'm getting my creative process on.
Take your time.
Let me think.
You know, Ronnie, a little bit a sidebar. Yeah, maybe we should tell them that we're going to ask this question right off the bat, so they have time to think
give me like 24 hours.
Yeah,
give me 24 hours.
24 hours. That's true. We should give a good warm up.
We yet to learn.
Okay. I got one.
Okay.
Yes.
If you could bring back any artist from the dead, who would it be?
Ooh, I like that.
Okay, what's your answer for that?
Ooh. What's my answer for that? I think I would say Rembrandt. The classic.
Oh, yeah.
Nice.
Good
Who
choice.
would want to talk to Rembrandt?
Seriously. Awesome.
Nobody wants to
That's
talk
a good one.
Nobody wants to talk to Van Gogh and just see how out of
Actually, no, Van Gogh might be interesting. Yeah. We might do him too, yeah.
I'd do it. I would
like a sit down with him.
Yeah.
Ooh, I would love that.
Just have some absinthe with him. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. You should, introduce him to some like more modernized drugs.
Oh.
Yeah. Okay, so
sure would be great.
Any alive artists that you could hang out with?
Any alive artists?
Yeah, I like that one. Yeah.
I mean, I think I'll go with one of the ones I mentioned. Actually, no, Bisa Butler. Have you heard of her?
Lisa Butler. I'm not
super familiar. What does she do? Like, what's
she does? Like these really vibrant, like quiltings, but they kind of look like paintings because of the way that the colors kind of blend.
Oh, oh, that's cool.
Yeah, you see it, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna look it up in a little bit.
Oh, really cool. It almost has like a Klimt like vibe to it in the way of like textile.
Oh, really?
Clothing that she does. Oh, I love this. That is awesome.
Mm-hmm.
Thanks for introducing me to an amazing artist.
Yeah, you've given us a couple of good names here. I feel like to check out.
Yeah.
Nato, any more questions?
No, actually, no questions. Just want to say, Monica, thank you so much for dealing with probably more me than Rodney, because I could be a handful.
It's fine.
But no, it was such a pleasure talking to you, and
thank you for having me.
Was there anything that maybe
anything you want to
the
plug?
Audience plug in upcoming shows, upcoming anything.
And we're going to be listing your work, your website, all of that stuff, and we'll be posting and promoting as much as we can and everything.
You.
So but yeah, anything right now that you want to promote, any shows that are coming up, like the one in Baltimore, we would love to do it. We'd love to get as many people there or eyes on it or attention or anything.
Okay, so I have a show in Baltimore upcoming. I don't have the full details on it because it's still like quite a while away, but you can follow me on my Instagram at Monica165. That's where I'll be posting details and updates and everything.
Awesome. Is that the best place we can find you?
Yes, it is. Instagram is the #1 place to find me.
Good.
Right.
Okay. Excellent. Well, thank you again. This has been a pleasure. I really
of course.
appreciate
Thank you for having me.
Yeah.
Thanks for being on. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
Thank you again, and we will see everybody later.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.
Ooh.
You're making art. You're talking art. Let's go down.
Now, I have a great idea.
Oh, what is it?
The other asked.
Let's do a podcast.
And so it began.